The chilly conditions of Syracuse are starting to return, and with that brings the best time of the year for many Syracuse basketball fans. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Noll here with your latest sports updates. Do you smell that, folks? It's that time of year again where SU basketball is back, and this is your preview show on NCC News. As you can see on campus, it's a little dark and gloomy today, but last night was absolutely electric. After the game, Dino Babers was definitely disappointed in the missed opportunities by the team, but they will definitely be looking to rebound next week on the offensive end when they face Western Michigan at the Dome.
You just mentioned that the crowd started to fade a little bit. What do you think was the turning point of that game when the crowd finally said, "I've had enough," and they started heading for the exits?
Yeah, definitely. One play specifically that stuck out was when Tro Williams made an interception and brought it back all the way to the Clemson 3. However, Syracuse on 4 straight plays ran the ball and were stuffed constantly by that tough Clemson interior defense. So really, once that happened, it seemed like the fans were deflated as well as the players. Over at the Carrier Dome, Syracuse got themselves back on track as they were able to pick up a victory against Western Michigan 52-33. The number 22 ranked Syracuse Orange opened up their 2019 football season with a tough road test against Liberty University. Who doesn't love a winner-take-all baseball game? Tonight you'll get 2 of those for the price of 1. That's right, fans. Both NLDS series have come down to the Game 5 to decide who will advance to the National League Championship Series. The college hockey season is just around the corner, and Cornell hockey is expected to have a big season. The AP polls came out a couple days ago and ranked the Big Red number 5 in the country. Cornell will be returning many of their top players, which should translate to success for the program. The Big Red opened their full practice season this Friday before the season opener on November 1st against Michigan State. The New York Giants started the season 0-2 and knew they needed a spark plug if they wanted to turn their season around when they headed down to Florida to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Enter Daniel Jones, the 6th overall pick from this past year's NFL draft, and the rookie delivered in his first career start. Late in the first half, Jameis Winston hooks up with Mike Evans for a 20-yard connection and their 3rd touchdown of the first half to give the Bucs a big lead heading into the half. On the first play of the second half, Evan Ingram is found over the middle by Jones, who breaks free down the sideline for a 75-yard touchdown pass to cut the deficit to 28-18. Halfway through the third quarter, on 3rd and goal, Jones floats a pass to Sterling Shepard in the end zone for a beautiful catch to put the Giants only down 3 points. With 2 minutes left in the game, in the fourth, the game on the line, Daniel Jones steps up and makes a big play as he scrambles to the end zone to give the Giants their first lead of the game at 32-31. The Bucs then are able to drive down the field and have a chance to win the game, but Matt Gay pushes it wide from 34 yards out, and Daniel Jones gets his first career NFL victory. He helps the G-Men pick up their first win, and he's the spark plug that they needed. Tampa Bay would fall to a disappointing 1-2 on the season. The Crunch will look to bounce back from a disappointing first-round exit from the Calder Cup playoffs last season after finishing the season with the 2nd-best record in the AHL. Syracuse opened up their season with a rivalry showdown on the road against the Rochester Americans at Blue Cross Arena. Halfway through the second period, down 1-0, the Crunch connected with a nice one-timer from Corey Conacher on the power play to tie the game up at 1-1. At the ice rink, the puck is getting ready to drop for the season as the Syracuse Crunch held their first practice of the season earlier today. The hometown hockey team returned to practice this morning, welcoming 26 players ahead of the 2019-2020 campaign. The Crunch are coming off a disappointing end of their season as they were eliminated as the top seed in the first round of the AHL's Eastern Conference playoffs. On to the NFL gridiron, where Buffalo Bills welcomed back quarterback Josh Allen, who left last week's loss against the New England Patriots after a helmet-to-helmet hit that forced him to be taken out of the game. The Bills, at 3-1, travel down to Nashville, Tennessee, to take on the Titans at 2-2. Late in the second half on 1st and goal, Allen drops back and floats a sweet pass to Lee Smith for the 8-yard touchdown pass to give the Bills a 7-0 lead on the Bills' next possession. Wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie catches the jet sweep, shakes a few tackles, and look at the speed on that man for a 46-yard gain down the sideline as he is rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Syracuse will have their hands filled with their next opponent as the Maryland Terrapins will come in feeling confident after their massive victory earlier today against Howard University. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the offensive explosion. Maryland got the scoring early on in the first quarter when Virginia Tech transfer quarterback Josh Jackson, making his first start, threw a 26-yard touchdown pass to Dante Demas Jr. to give the Terps an early 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Later in the first quarter, after already making it 14-0, the Terrapins extended the lead to 21-0 when Jackson threw for a 4-yard touchdown pass to his tight end, Chigonkonkwo.
Tell me again about Syracuse and Virginia, because that's going to be a fantastic game in the Dome on Wednesday.
Absolutely, Jack. The atmosphere, hopefully it'll be absolutely electric. That's what the Syracuse players are going to need. They're going to need all that energy, the crowd, the fans. Young, exciting team. We looked pretty good in the exhibition games in Italy. So, I mean, I like our chances to potentially maybe pull an upset. Maybe a little early for a big team like Virginia, but they lost a lot of scoring. DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy. So who knows? Anything can happen in that crazy atmosphere of the Dome.
Andrew, Tommy DeVito finally starting to look like the quarterback we thought he was going to look like. Channeling a little bit of Eric Dungy in the last game.
Yeah, I mean, as you could see, he had a big 60-yard run, and he was able to break for 85 yards, which we've never really seen the wheels from him before. So if he could turn into a dual-threat quarterback and give them that other option, I think this could make for an exciting season, and Syracuse could really turn it around.
The Central Rock Gym in Syracuse is the host of a program called Climb Like a Woman. This program identifies female climbers to attend weekly meetups to find female climbing partners and build new friendships with other women in the community. The supervisor and instructor for the program, Julianne Valenti, believes CLAW is beneficial for the women in Syracuse because it allows them to not feel intimidated when climbing.
Here in Syracuse because it gives us an opportunity to climb with other ladies and not feel intimidated. Whether it's your first time climbing or you've been climbing for a while, it's just a really nice, safe space for you to climb. And
when you get to the gym for the program, it begins with introductions and stretching. Then you break into groups for either bouldering, top rope, or lead climbing. For the most up-to-date information on the program, there is a Facebook group you can join or by emailing Julianne with your questions. A member at the gym, Shauna Stevenson, found out about the program in a way that made her want to participate even more.
I heard about it through the gym here. I was just invited by Julianne, and she said, hey, come climb with us. So it was nice to come here and be welcomed so readily to join the group.
The Central Rock Gym has been doing this program for a few years now and has seen many different women leave satisfied after a fun time climbing with other women in the group. Another gym member, Lauren Fugel, thinks this program has a huge impact on women and helps them believe in their own strength.
Showing women that they are stronger than they think and that they can do things that they never thought they could be able to do and create a community but also friendships.
Climb Like a Woman meets every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. For non-gym members, it's $18 to join the fun. For members, it's free. From Central Rock Gym in Syracuse, New York, I'm Andrew Noll.
The Syracuse Mets are playing their inaugural season at NBT Bank Stadium after moving from Las Vegas. In Syracuse, the weather can be a problem and make attendance low to the games early in the season. However, I spoke with Assistant Director of Broadcast and Media Relations, Michael Tricarico, about how early season crowds have been so far.
Even in April, when we normally have the colder weather, we had opening day, we had more than 8,000 people here at the ballpark, where in the past sometimes we've had some snowy weather.
Another impact that was talked about is if former NFL player and current Syracuse Met, Tim Tebow, has drawn a larger crowd to these games with his star power. I spoke with longtime Syracuse Chiefs and now Syracuse Mets fan Jim Rivers about the impact Tebow has had on attendance.
I would say a little bit because of Tebow, and maybe the Mets, because there are Mets fans around here that haven't been coming to the games because the Nationals were here.
The Syracuse Mets are running many promotions this season to help draw fans out to the stadium. Some of the promotions include Armed Forces Day, Nickelodeon Day, Little League Night, and many more. Tricarico talked about what the general manager, Jason Smorl, thinks is the best promotional day.
Manager Jason Smorl calls Dollar Thursday the greatest invention in baseball, and it certainly is one of our most popular promotions.
According to team management, as the team builds their reputation with the Syracuse area, they believe attendance will increase. They also believe, since they have great deals like $1 Thursdays, which means $1 hot dogs, that they believe more fans will come out to their games as well. From NBT Bank Stadium, I'm Andrew Noll.